Do you want to go ahead and share with the listeners what is it that Travis Landry does and a little more about your firm?
Yeah, sure. I started a small CPA firm back in 2012 when I jumped out of public accounting and dabbled a little bit in a controller CFO type role. But when I did that, I didn't want to give up all my tax knowledge and my experience with tax. And so I started a small CPA firm just doing friends and family, not charging very much for my work because I had a full-time job. But I started growing my practice and then realized that there were a lot of people that wanted help with their taxes, and I was able to fill kind of that void for friends and family. And then as time went on, it just by word of mouth just started to grow into the couple hundred clients a tax season. By 2018, my partner and I, his name is Travis as well, we decided to quit our full-time jobs and devote all our time to our growing firm. And at the time, in 2018, like I said, we've been growing pretty steadily, rapidly. We knew that with my partner and I not working in the same office, that we needed to have something that would allow us to be engaged in our workflow and making sure that all the various stages of tax prep get done in a timely manner. And so I started looking around for online tools that helped manage that. And we found Canopy back in 2018 and have been using it for about 6 years. And what I feel like we do really well for our clients is we keep them as informed as possible where their taxes are. We focus on educating our clients about taxes. I know that I think a lot of CPAs try to do that as well, but it's a huge emphasis on us that our clients understand their taxes. There are some people that just don't care and just say, give me my taxes, tell me what I owe, or tell me what my refund is. But nothing makes me more excited than when a client wants to understand their taxes. I like to help them see the flow of how decisions that they make throughout the year impact their bottom line. And I think that taxes are just this black box that you put a bunch of numbers into it and you shake it up and then out comes what you owe or what you're getting back. And that doesn't sit well with a lot of people. And so where I feel like we do a good job is keeping our clients informed. We like to hear from our clients throughout the year, not just during tax season. We develop a very good bond, I would say, with our clients. We try to be as familiar with them and their family life and their situations to introduce potential ideas or tax strategies that might help them. And it's hard to do that when you don't have a connection with your clients. So we do emphasize connecting with our clients and educating them. And I think we do a good job of that.
I think that you're a rare gem. So there's a lot of CPAs out there, but that doesn't mean that they always love tax. So being able to have that client conversation, I think that there's many who are accountants listening to this going, thank you. So do you want to share your firm name and then just the client base that you serve and the team size?
Sure. So our firm is Shreeve Landry CPAs. We're based in Utah, although we've got clients kind of all over the country. Our firm size client-wise is about 2,200 clients. So that's a mixture of about 700 businesses, and the rest are individual returns. It's a lot. And firm size, we do that all that work with about 11 people year-round. If you include interns during tax season, we're about 13, 14 people. And we've got 3 people in admin. We've got a few staff accountants. We've got 4 CPAs and 1 that's sitting for the CPA exam. So we've got a great group of people. We all get along really well. We have a very fun atmosphere. I could stand up and you could see I'm wearing blue jeans and a polo. We're very relaxed. We want people to be comfortable. If somebody dresses up nicely, we look at them strange. Hey, why are you so dressed up today? Hopefully you're not interviewing for a job somewhere, but we have a very fun, relaxed vibe. We like to joke around, play pranks, jump out and scare each other, that sort of thing, to make the office a little bit lively. But yeah, we're just a family here at our firm. We really like each other, and you spend enough time with each other that you do become family.
100%. And I love that you have that culture that you've established in the firm, so that way people know what to expect. It sounds cozy. So one of the questions that I'm going to ask is based on the client base that you're serving, because that's a lot. 2,000 plus clients, whether they're tax or they're reoccurring, that's a lot to manage. And then your team size, having that standard 11 plus, then those seasonal workers, again, that creates some nuances. So can you share what led you to Canopy based on your needs?
Yeah, I would say first and foremost, I was looking for a client portal system that had the two-way access, one for the clients and one for us. So a place for us to store client documents and a place for clients at any time to go in and give us their stuff securely. Canopy's got the two-step verification. We emphasize that all of our clients need to make sure and have that turned on. But when we initially joined with Canopy, that was probably the main reason for it, was the client portal. It was very slick. We were allowed to brand the client portal, so it looked very, very well put together. It was almost as if we had gone out and had this software made for us specifically. But many of our clients, upon using it, they were using our old methods to the new methods, were super pleasantly surprised. They really like being able to go in there. If we've sent them a request for documents, that shows up in their portal, and it's pretty cut and dried. We have conversations back and forth via the portal, talking about their taxes. But it's evolved from there to being a very seamless workflow management tool for us. With as many clients as we have, it maybe a lot of concerns that people would have is how do you manage and keep things moving along? And historically, before Canopy, back in the day when I first started doing taxes, there was paper folders that were brought into your office, and this is so-and-so's taxes. And you open it up and you put tick marks on it. And when it was done, it got passed on to a partner to review and move through that process. Well, I keep that same process, only I'm using digital tools instead of the physical copies of W-2s and financial statements for businesses. Now things run through our firm digitally, and Canopy's document management tool allows us to annotate tons of things on there that my team members will leave notes for reviewers. We use the workflow management tool within Canopy to make sure that our timeliness is good. We have internal control of 2 weeks. From the time we get everything from our clients, 2 weeks, it's out the door and e-filed. And so we use the I would say, the timestamp, if you will, on every new return that we start. We give it a start date. And then when we check on our tasks, our open tasks, we're always sorting that by oldest received tax returns, so that we are continually doing the oldest returns first. But yeah, I think Canopy, what drew us was the client portal system. That's still a crucial part, but it's developed into a very sophisticated, easy to use. I say sophisticated, that may seem scary, but it is pretty easy to use, the project tracking. And it's kind of the pulse of our firm.
I love that. And I can tell you, in the accounting industry, one of the things that I'm always listening to and thinking about is how do we reduce this tech stack that's just required of us to be able to operate in our firm. And so anytime that you can consolidate, I feel like that's a win. Less logins, less passwords. The team is just more organized. You've got access to data. And I love what you said. So you've got the client portal. That means items are coming into the firm. It's being inside of your workflow management tool, so you can have it inside your tasks. You're tracking those tasks. You're even giving your tax deadlines a start date, so you can even manage those timelines. And then the other thing that I heard you say, and I really want to ask and dig a little deeper, is these notes that you're mentioning. So you're also using Canopy to track notes during each of those month-end close, and then also tax papers. Is that right?
Yeah, mostly on the tax paper side. So one of the important things that, I should say, one of the crucial things that if I'm putting my name on a tax return and I've gone through all of the source documents the client's given me, I like to, at a glance, at least see that whoever has helped me draft the return or start it has indicated, hey, I've entered this number on the tax return. And so tick marks are important, and every firm uses tick marks to indicate, hey, I've already entered this. But further, from a contextual standpoint, sometimes a tick mark doesn't tell you much, and so the annotation tools that Canopy has allows my team to leave notes as to, hey, I did enter this number and this is where I entered it. There's a lot less chasing down. I see that there's a tick mark, where did they put this? They can connect thoughts or questions that they have on a client source document, so that when I go in and look at it, I can understand where they're coming from. It eliminates a lot of the guesswork, I guess I should say, which speeds up the process of getting a tax return done.
I love that, because I hear you saying standard operations. So anytime standard operations can be set in place, you can rinse and repeat as much as possible in the accounting and bookkeeping industry. So yeah. I want to say thank you for spending time to share your Canopy experience. And if there are others that are like you that are looking for a workflow management tool, what would you say to them?
I would say get on the bandwagon early, because really there's going to be a huge need for accountants and tax preparers down the road. It's just one of those professions that probably is in a lull, with college students coming out of college wanting to be an accountant. But so that means that there's fewer accountants working and more people that need accountants. So we're going to need to, by default, be able to manage more work and doing it accurately, correct. And it's impossible to do that if you're a small firm trying to grow, because you're going to grow. There's going to be plenty of work out there for the accountants in the world. But as you're growing, if you don't have tools like this, that you're tracking workflows in a centralized location for not just me as a partner to look at, but my admin team, my wrap-up team, assembly, bookkeepers, staff accountants, you really want stuff in a centralized location. And Canopy has been magnificent in that realm. It's really helped us grow. I think I mentioned we were just kind of moonlighting on the side back in 2012, and in just a couple of years we were up to 200 clients. And then as time went on, we were growing and growing and growing, and there's no way we could have weathered the storm of all the growth. Part of what helped us get through COVID, with all of the mandates for isolation and things like that, was that we had this tool that allowed us to be isolated, allowed us to continue working hard through a crazy pandemic. That for a lot of older CPA firms, I don't mean to put the age part of that in there, but I think the old style of doing it was very paper, handoff, come drop off your stuff. And our firm had already been using a client portal system, already at that front, already using video conferencing with our clients. So it made it a very seamless process. And I think if you get in with a company like Canopy that's continuing to evolve and improve their product, I think you'll always kind of be at that forefront of the cutting technology that is there for accountants.
I love that. And so thank you for sharing your experience. And for all of those staying tuned, I have to say Canopy has been a solution that has been very robust in its different modules and the different areas that you're keeping track of your team. You've got those standardizations, you've got the client portals, and then even those notes to be able to have those internal pieces of communication, which is honestly key to running a firm. So Travis, thank you for taking the time today, and see you all very soon.
Thank you very much for having me.